Looks like we're going to be losing one of our plots, which is a little unexpected, but kind of okay actually, because we've been trying to downsize the farm lately anyways. Because we've cut tomatoes out of our production, we're going to basically do just greens and a few baby root vegetables for one or two customers. So I'm gonna go check out that plot in a little bit, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update of what we are doing right now on our farm. And to be very honest, I haven't been on the farm very much. I've been working really hard to finish our microgreens online course, and so we're kind of a little bit delayed on that. It's now kind of pushing into April. If you were on the mailing list with that, you would have got an email talking about that. So if you haven't signed up for that, you can do so. I'll leave the link below in the show notes. But a couple quick announcements. I've got 2 workshops coming up this spring here at Green City Acres. One is April 15th. It's a one-day sort of a tour of the farm, looking at spring startup, what are we doing to get started in the spring, caterpillar tunnels, infrastructure, nursery kind of stuff. More or less just a tour of the farm. So that's April 15th, and we've got the first 5-day workshop of the season here at Green City Acres, May 28th through June 1st. And all those are on my website. You'll always see them at the end roll of these videos. But before we go and check out this plot that we're going to be losing, just show you a couple things around the farm that's happening here. So Mark is getting irrigation stuff ready, going on the plots, and we've already starting to get planted in beds here. Just saw a bunch of Salanova when we were in the high tunnel there, and we've got some direct seeded spinach going on here, just planted a couple days ago. We've also got a lot of overwintered spinach going on, and I've talked a lot about overwintered spinach in my videos in the past, and I can't really seem to endorse it enough. It's the most resilient type of salad green you can grow, and it's a great way to just have strong production from the field early in the season. These were all seeded in October, and now look at them. These are yielding about 50 pounds a bed. On the good ones, these ones could use a little bit more time, but the big ones in the high tunnel there, but 50 pounds a bed, already on their second cut. So a lot of early production coming from there. You stack that with production in the nursery with microgreens, and you've got a lot of crops coming. We've changed some more things around in our nursery. We've moved our shelf down to the middle, but it's out further now, so it's cool. You can see all the bottom gets light. So, you know, this has been an endless situation where we're just moving things around to find our workflow and the best way to get the most out of this space. One thing that we've changed a little bit is I was planning to do a lot of our early crops like red Russian kale and arugula and radishes with the paper pot transplanter, but because we've been increasing our production on microgreens, we don't have the room for it right now, so we've just started to direct seed. So early this week was our first plantings direct seeded in the ground in the greenhouses. Arugula, red Russian kale, and spinach. We did a bunch of plantings with that, and last week we transplanted Salanova lettuce into that high tunnel. Before we go and check out the other farm plot that we're going to be losing, we're also going to be losing my front yard. I'm turning my front yard into a personal space, personal garden. I've got it all stringed out here, and going to be building a series of raised beds. And I know I tell people raised beds aren't that great, especially in a dry climate like ours, but I've got a 1-year-old daughter that runs around, so we're making a front yard garden. We're actually going to fence our front yard so it's safe for her to run around. And these are going to be 3-foot wide raised beds built with 10-inch fir planks. And we've got a big 4-foot walkway down the middle, and then we've got these 3-foot beds with 2 feet in between each one, so there's lots of space to walk around. And we're also going to be building a deck in our front yard and kind of making it more of a hangout zone that isn't so farm related. I'm here at one of our high rotation plots, and this plot is actually now the most furthest plot in our network. And I'm just checking up on things because spring is here and we're getting a lot of stuff going. And there's some overwintered crops that have survived the winter well here, though they're a little bit weedy. We got lots of spinach here. But as I was on my way here, I was informed that we are actually going to lose this plot this year. The homeowner is going to move, and that's actually totally okay because we kind of wanted to cut down our plots anyways, so it's not going to interfere with our production. But it's one thing I want to talk about, which is kind of neat. And so she's going to list the house relatively soon. And anybody who's been in real estate or knows how houses sell, there's a bit of time in there, and we have all this stuff here. So she's going to list the house, might list it next week or so. Let's say worst case scenario is that the house were to sell right upon listing. There's still usually at least a month for the closing date for a person to move out, clean the place out, all that. So we reckon that we can still get at least one crop in these beds in these caterpillar tunnels. And so we were actually on our way to bring a bunch of compost here to do sort of season prep for these beds, you know, put a couple inches of compost on the beds, get them ready for the season, and then plant them. But what we'll actually do now is we'll just not put the compost on these beds. We'll just do a little bit of fertilizer, some of our dried turkey manure, and just plant a quick crop. You know, we could do some red Russian, some arugula, some spinach in here. We might even be able to transplant some lettuce, which I don't think we'll do. But you know, we could do radishes or turnips in these beds and have them out well before the closing date, if that was be the worst case scenario, that it's sold immediately upon listing, which is highly unlikely. Kelowna's real estate market right now is completely, it's maxed out. Like houses, my house, you know, one example is up, what is it now, 20% from the previous year, so it's significant. And you know, houses, this house here will probably, this is about a 1/4 acre lot, maybe a little less, probably a single family home. Though there is a basement suite, you know, it's probably a 4-bedroom home. It'll probably list for $550 and will most likely sell for that. Sometimes even go over asking price. There's a pretty aggressive demand for homes here right now. So it doesn't mean it'll sell fast though, but it means that it might sell for at least asking price. So anyways, that aside, that's what's going on at this plot. That's what's happening at Green City Acres these days. So again, those workshops, April 15th. Is the 1 day, and then the 5-day is May 28th through June 1st. So hope to see you guys there. Hope you found that helpful. If you did, hit the subscribe button, like and share the videos with your friends, and I'll talk to you guys later.